Hey everyone, today I'm going to be playing a league on Magic Online, a gold league on Magic Online. Was Blue White Control, the deck I showcased a couple days ago. If you want to see the deck tech, was why I picked every card in detail and sideboard guide for the most played matchups. I'll put the link in the description. But yeah, exact same list. Quick overlook. It's kind of traditional blue-white control in the sense I'm just playing like Supreme Verdicts and counter spells and card advantage and removal. No Narset Days Undoing, no Orm's Chance. The thing that's unusual, I guess, is 4 copies of Dresdale main deck and 2 copies of Rest in Peace main deck. I just think these cards are really, really strong in the meta right now, and I've been liking that. So yeah. Besides that, some counter spells, some planeswalkers, Solitude, Subtlety. You get to play Kahira, which is nice. One of each planeswalkers to take over the game, spot removal, and then Field of Ruin, Auto Aura, some extra lands for the prismatic ending, and casting Wear Tear, and then pretty stuck sideboard, I want to say, pretty usual suspect. Another card I'm not playing is Rab Disguise, which is, I think you have to play Tune the Narrative to play Rab Disguise, and it's a really strong card, lots of affinity right now. But I really don't like Tune the Narrative, and I like having access to Rest in Peace, Stony High Noon, and I think Rab Disguise can be a lot of Cordos these maybe. So yeah, let's get into a match. All right, Allied. I just did regular league. The Gold League just take too much time to find an opponent. Keep, reveal Kahira. Obviously, having two Rest in Peace in the opening hand is not ideal, but the way I see it is this would be a pretty strong 6-card hand, so the extra Rest in Peace might come in handy if I draw a Solitude or if somehow it's good in the matchup. I'm gonna top that. I'm gonna try to get the webcam situated in the best spots. Maybe it's a little too big here. We'll see. Scalding Tarn. Rest in Peace could be pretty good against Scalding Tarn deck. Frog, Murktide, maybe even Reanimate, Goryo, Oculus. Could just be a mirror match. But yeah, the gold leagues are like higher entry fee, but you can win more qualifier points to play in some of the Moto tournaments. So, trainer. So it's like maybe Jeskai Flage. Galvanic Discharge. It's pretty good against my Narset. So I can get value and then discharge. I mean, still like 2 for 1, most likely. Freelance to the bottom's a little scary. Like, Rest in Peace, they kind of need to get rid of it, I think. Let me make the webcam a little smaller. Still working on my scenes. I usually have the like site thing open because it gives you like the surveillance point stuff. I guess I can tell. Yeah, exile the Flage. Like they lean on Flage, sometimes even Snapcast from H and stuff, so might not be trivial for their deck to kill me in that spot. That's what I was looking for, was the Narset. It's a way to find lands. Narset, which is nice. Think of thinking Super too. I think I'll keep the lands. It's kind of tricky. I want the 5th land for Tef, but I also want to start finding Chart of Course and Brain Surge for, just to get ahead on cards. I'm just going to cycle address down here. It's good against Trainer, but F4, need to keep digging. Flame of Anar, draw 2 cards in response. I'm trying to think what's better than a flame in their deck. There's like Trainer, a kick trainer would be pretty solid. I could plus it. They could have prismatic ending, but then I get to resolve Tef. I'm gonna use my mana. Maybe this is super sketch. Maybe just protecting Teferi is just much better. If they didn't have trainer, I could just like bounce my dress down for some like fancy card advantage action. Discharge is not enough to kill the Tef. Not a divination. Okay. Guess I would have ended up probably countering one of the two either way. Keep telling people who ask me that maybe, if you're looking to play control in the format, maybe this. Actually, I still haven't tried it, the Jeskai played, or maybe I've played one league with it. Maybe I played a league with the like non-drifter version. But yeah, seems a little more powerful. Flage is just pretty messed up cards. Alright, let's keep plussing. Also, I need to remember I have Kahira. Okay. We got my Tef. Making me lie about Tune not being a good card. You could like not counter a card like Flame of Anor and like be like, okay, I'm just gonna let them draw cards. A lot of them are not gonna be very useful because I already have Tef in play, and then counter the cards that actually matter. It's always kind of a close call. That trainer put in work, just keeping Teferi in check, made it so that I couldn't, might actually just Verdict, honestly. Let's see what they find. Consult the star charts. Wandering on prayer. Thing is with Jace is it just dice to one flage. Consult the star charts. Wandering Emperor is really good in that spot. Just to make a 2/2. Yeah, I guess I can just plus for now. Downside is they might find ending, and then they might have flare or counterspell for Tef. No energy. I feel like it might be fancy to even play Wandering Emperor here. Not bad to make them use Flage and whatnot, though. Could have a Flame to just draw 2, kill my token. Good value. Not really like pulling super far ahead, like feel like it could all fall apart. Or not fall apart, but yeah, there is the danger for them that at some point they probably do need to get rid of that rest in peace so they can actually win with Flage. They're probably not playing Null Drifter Trainer. Usually it's like Trainer Flare or Null Drifter. Not a Trainer. Okay. Press down. All right. Let's see. What'd they find? Still have Consult. Did they break? They might have bricked. I don't want to play Chase without a counter. I'm just going to plus. They go. Rig their boards. No shame in getting all value out of Verdict. Oh, there comes the discharge though. Maybe cast Dresden in response. So they don't get value out of their spell snare. Yeah, maybe I messed up. Maybe the line was just like Verdict on my turn, Dresden, minus it, get a couple cards. Now they usually have like Force of Negation or Flare of Denials card like that. They probably don't have another discharge. I'm just gonna play the Chase now. They don't have double counter. They could have like Force Spell Snare, Force Counter. I don't even know they play Counter Spell actually. Lame. Draw two. Alright, I'll let them have that one. Yeah. Spell Snare value. -1 Flage though. They're consulting. I think they play Force of Negation. 8 cards, pick 2. A little better than my Brain Surge. Kind of sucks too. We know we have a bad card on top. Alright, that's nice. Gotta keep backup, rest in peace. And gonna shuffle going after blue reds. I'm assuming they have one of each basics anyways, but and then I guess I'm just gonna plus because I wonder if they probably play Rab Disguise right. Path to Exile. Okay. Damn. Good old Path to Exile. 26 cards, so they're decking too. Why not? There's that myth, the kind of the Carlos Romero myth of how he won Psychedog Mirrors. That's literally like 25 years ago, where there's that narrative that he figured out the mirror match, and the key was to let all the card drawing spells resolve. And just you save your counters for the card that actually did something. But I think that's just like probably something he did in a game or two, and because he thought it was the right play at the time, and it worked out, and then people like only took it out of context. But yeah, usually you just want to just counter these cards because let's play Kahira, why not? It's a little pressure. Got Ottawa, that's a little cheaper. Maybe I should just have the chat open. Not huge, but right here. So I can see what's going on. Yeah, there's a Rev Disguise for 4. Just banking in some energy, I guess. Assuming they might have little Rev Disguise. Yeah, it looks kind of ugly. Was the thing open though? Let's close it. Trying to think if I should play Island here or not. I only have one Brain Search to reshuffle. So I think that's kind of it. I think I can just play my land in case I start drawing Chart, of course. Could have saved Riptail. They have Flage in the yard, but they have enough mana to... Oh, I didn't even see that Storm. That's Whole of the Storm Giants. Snapcaster Mage. Okay. Do like that very first game, we get to see how good Rest in Peace is. Just random control deck. I'm gonna use Auto Aura here. I think it's like pretty nice spot for Auto Aura. And then I think I'll just cast it right away. Why wait? Counterspell. Alright, good beats. Could have maybe guessed that because the attack was Hull. Alright, that was a really good draw. Trying to think. Maybe I should have just main face Solitude. I don't want them to gain 7. And have Rest in Peace for Flage. They're still not attacking. I might take the 2 damage. I don't think the 2 damage is going to matter. Not attacking was Hall. Okay. Yeah, like if they have Flame here, it's so bad. How many Flames have they played? Discharge. Alright, well. My turn to get a little 2-for-1. Consult, 29 cards in. Let's see. How many trainers do they have left? 1 max. Alright, just gonna play the March. Alright, the rest down. Not even sure they have much left to find was the trainer. They're being so conservative with that haul. I mean, I have Field of Ruin in my deck too. Like, what are you waiting for? Okay. Let's take Consult and counterspell, I guess. Yeah, I think I can just deck them. Feel like we're probably in garbage time. Oh, I just clicked for their end step. Okay, cool. Let's take subtlety and another consult, I guess. Let's take Solitude and Field of Ruin, maybe. Alright. Sideboarding against their deck. They're gonna have like disputes. Not sure what else. Rainwood against Snapcaster. Consign against Trainer. Couple purges for Flage. What are my bad cards? Ultima? Yeah, I feel like game 2 might be more of the same of them not being able to kill me. Ending or March? Ending gets rid of potential Tef. March gets rid of Hall. I want all the dress downs. I don't know the cards that do something. Just do 2 besa. Trying to think. Purge. I think Purge is too narrow when I have 2 ribs, 3 endings, 3 solitudes. Wear Tear, Consign. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good, honestly. How are we doing on time? Oh, I'm even ahead on time. I always tell people, like, if I'm not playing against a top reg, I usually play faster than most people. Like random opening in the league. Ending. I mean, it'll be good eventually. I see that as I start slowing down. Sometimes they play a Ragavan. I'm gonna keep it just in case because I have a counter spell, I have some card advantage, I have some land drops. Trainer. We didn't see Flare in game 1. Sometimes they play Flare of Denial to go as Trainer. I like that combo a lot. I'd play at least one. If you're gonna play 4 Trainer, play 1 or 2. You don't have to play like 4, but they're like rather have their counter spells, I guess. Fair. Definitely want to try and use Consult for 4 mana in these matchups, like make it a must counter. If you can afford to. Let's just get Archive again. I know what I don't want, aka lands. I might get a breeding pool though this time. Flame, draw 2. I don't know what spread they have. If they actually have anything to punish. I mean, in worst case, I guess if they have to have a subtlety, but there's some matchups when you know they don't have a punish where you can fight aggressively on the draw 2s. Like it might be right to just use counterspell here. Especially because I have 2 consults, so I'm gonna like potentially discard to hand size if I don't use my cards. Trainer is annoying, it adds up. Flage in the late game, then all of a sudden they draw their one hull and you're like one attack away. Alright, you kind of just have to start using your consults here. Maybe if you had like more lands and very little action, letting it resolve. Almost screws me over because now I'm gonna have 9 cards. Weird. Kind of want to take disputes because they might have their own flame. And then you just not be too greedy and take islands. Yeah, I feel like if they're smart, they're just not going to play a spell here. I guess I'll just discard to hand size. It's fine. Discarding a land to hand size, not the end of the world. You know what? Maybe I should have just ended the trainer. Yeah, I should have just ended the trainer. Please play a spell. Please play a spell. Uh-oh. And I didn't even keep Solitude. Yeah, that was really bad. Oh well. I think I'm actually gonna hold on to my dress down this game. I'm gonna play Consult. I don't want the same thing to happen. Yeah, see, I should have just probably countered that flame. If I knew for a fact they didn't have to have any planeswalker, any threats like that, I would have, and I would be in a much better spot. So it's probably a mistake. It's like they're digging for land drops or action, and a trainer just 5 points of damage, 4 points of damage. I take one more draw step because I have my land drop, and then I'm gonna consult again at another next turn. It's a lot of that in the control mirrors, like just keep making your land drops is really important. And especially in these kind of more old school Drago control battles. Alright. Let's use... Oh, maybe I should have used Subtlety. That sounds pretty nice. Maybe I'll save Subtlety for... Okay, this dies. I'm gonna make the music counterspell. I guess they might just use a flame. Kind of okay. Field of Runes, nice insurance. At some point, I might just flash into Subtlety. They probably have like a bunch of discharge and whatnot. Not gonna be very effective. Alright, hopefully this resolved. I didn't even think about it. Let's take Consult and Bisa. Oh, lag. Lag be gone. Alright, my opponent is back. Pretty unfortunate. They ended up actually having out way longer than me. They have under 6 minutes left to win this game and the next one. Alright, let's see. I think land could be decent. So I have like BSAC counter, dispute. And then if they have something good, what do I want as a follow-up? Maybe something that deals with Flage. I have ending. Maybe like a Tef is decent. Can't go too wrong with Tef. Alright, I want all my blue mana. I mean, they're not even using spells. Maybe they have a bunch of flames burning a hole in their pocket. Maybe it's just kind of given up. Snapcaster Mage. Pretty good use up dress down. I'll fight over it. But yeah, I don't love the way I played this game. I think in hindsight, I should have countered that first flame. But not have to discard to hand size. Alright. Force of negation using counterspell so they can flame. But now I'm just going to dispute the flame, so we're good. The Snapcaster body's not the most relevant right now. Back for round 2. A little unfortunate, that was kind of an interesting game too. I think I was doing fine, but they were snapping their decision. Looks like we were maybe using F6 to pass return. Who knows? Who knows how the game plays out? But kind of cool. Got to showcase Rest in Peace N. Dress down in that first matchup. Huh. Hallowed Fountain Go. Are we just playing a mirror match? They might be playing the Orange Chance version. This is actually a matchup where I think you're behind if they're playing Narset Orange Chance. Never mind. Snow Covered Plains. Look at Dress Down. Just to go. Basically 2 mana dismiss. Wall of Omens. I love it. One of my favorite cards of all time. Let's see. I could Tef Plus. I could just Def Minus. Was Verdict in hand, but I don't have second white yet to have an ending though. I think I should almost definitely play Tef. And I think I should. I'm just gonna minus on nothing, just get my value. There's just so many ways to get punished if you plus. I mean, it's mostly prismatic ending, but it feels like they always ends up being something. Oh, looks like they're playing a Flicker Wisp deck, maybe? Not a Wall of Omens. Not the scariest in this matchup. I mean, usually people don't play Wall of Omens in these decks, but maybe they wanted more targets for their Ephemerates. Let's see. I'm gonna play Plains just in case I want Instant Speed Verdict. Think it could come up. The downside is I'm not getting my Surveil value right now. Also, keeping Auto War up to save Teferi might be irrelevant, actually. Looks like they might have an ending here. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Worked out, though. And I think if they had Ephemerate, I would just use Solitude here. Alright, let's play Tef again, right? Could keep mana up. And then now that we know they have ending, oh, they have Subtlety. Subtlety using a Riddler. I mean, I kind of want to use my own Subtlety. Nah, that makes no sense. I can just put it back on top. Why does it have a way to shuffle my deck? I don't mind, honestly. I don't mind too much. Maybe a little greedy. I'm going to play Field of Urn so I get Surveil value, since we know we have something good on top. Alright, they're just playing the Riddler deck, but with Wall of Omens. Cool. Makes sense. Eternal Witness. Huh. Not a Rest in Peace matchup. Eternal Witness, what? Subtlety? Ending, right? Makes sense. And another Wall of Omens. Okay. Damn, Narcel would be insane in this matchup, too. A little awkward not having the third color here. The dress down's a nice one. Okay, if they have Ephemerate, it's kind of bad. They can Ephemerate, get back Subtlety, Subtlety, but I can Subtlety the Subtlety. Alright, it doesn't look like they have it though. 5 mana. Solitude, my Solitude. And we know they have Ending, right? Okay, that's fine. And then now I can probably just Verdict the boards. Oh! My god. Oh, rip dress down. That just happened. Whoopsie! Dress down's not good in this matchup either. Not relevant at all. Please don't have a punish. No, don't play a witness. No! Alright, you can have a witness. Can I have a witness? What it is? I was like, I thought I had 6 mana. Why do I only have 1 mana up? Oh my god. I mean, that dress down is gonna be good at some point, but yeah. That was not ideal. Alright. Rip. Make the Muse. Ending on that, probably. Unless they're out of witness. Yeah, it feels like my cards line up pretty well. Just every random deck in Modern just loses to Dress Down and Rest in Peace, kind of. Yeah. Rumble, can't do much about that. Birthing Ritual. That's a scary card. Right, that's what they play. Oh, Riddler. Alright. So they have Ritual. If I dress down, it still gets warped. I could Subtlety, gives me a blocker, sets up the fairy. I'm gonna do this, I think. Subtlety first. Assuming they're gonna top it. Lorien revealed. So cast Lorien revealed. Hope I hit an on-tap plan, and if I don't, I think I can still be okay. It was pretty risky, actually. It was pretty risky. If I don't hit land, I get to go Riddler plus Ritual. Let's get third color. Let's cast Dresdown. So Dresdown works a bit like Dash against Warp, so it still goes back to there. It still goes to exile at the end of turn. So their trigger is on the stack, then mine resolves first, so my Dresdown actually leaves before the ritual, right? Yeah. So they can still sack something and get value. I might have messed up. Maybe it was the play with Teferi Plus, and I could get rid of Birthing Ritual at instant speed. I got a feel, yeah. Could be worse. Could have been a witness. All right, let's see. They have Riddler in exile. First things first is Tef. Have bounce Filia. Yeah, that Dresdown mistake was not ideal. Let's see. I think it's Filia. If I didn't have pressure, I could bounce Subtlety. And now I can just Brain Surge, get rid of Ritual, let them have Riddler for 2 cards. I don't have a lot of cards I want to get rid of though. Let's see, what else can I do? Like I can let them have a bit of value, it's not the end of the world. Okay, let's do that. Seems good enough. Don't need more lands, I think. So what's worse, letting them have a trigger of Ritual? Or letting a Riddler resolve, drawing them 2? I think I'm gonna take my chances. Was the Ritual trigger maybe? There's so many ways you can build a deck. Bant Oculus thing. Many ways. 5 mana? It's just Solitude again. Alright, I'll counter it. I think I'm just gonna get Steam Vents. I don't think the 2 damage is gonna matter. This way I have more basics left in my deck for my Field of Runes too. Ophelia's fine. Hoping they don't hit another witness. Hopefully I just find a verdict. How many verdicts do I have left? 2 and an Ultima. Ultima would be even better, actually. I think I might just cast Consult for it. The first Consult I think I'm going to cast for 2 mana. Almost for sure. Plus Theft. Play the lands. I really don't want to break. There's a verdict. And I mean, I can just say go right. I don't think it's gonna make them misplay. They're probably gonna start by attacking. Teferi was everyone, or me was everyone, or something. But you never know. Winter Night Stories. All right, now I want a verdict in response. Don't want to give them the 5-power creature to flash it back. And Arms Chance enters a revealed card zone. Oh, it was a creature, it was an Arms Chant. They're really good against their deck. Good against, kind of good against Philia, good against Arms Chant. Good against Ephemerate. This is one of the decks I want to try by a way different version. I saw a version was a warp, the white warp creature, and the Riddler. It's kind of like a Turbo Solitude deck in a way. Alright. Interesting. I'm gonna target their graveyard. I guess I should just end the endurance, right? For now. Keep the board clear. Draw a million cards. They might even scoop to chart. I could just do Tef and Counterspell for now. Tef and Ultima, maybe. I'll do Tef and Ultima. I'm gonna give them the draw step, but I think it's better to give them a draw step and let them cast cards. White Orchid Phantom. It's kind of obnoxious. Alright, I'm just gonna... Maybe that's a little loose. How are we doing on time, even? Gotta be careful, especially if there's more disconnects. March is nice, can just march a Riddler. Philia spawns, whole lot of nothing. Oh, second birthing ritual. I wonder if they have 1-drops, probably not. Let's see. Do they not have that thing, that Riddler and Warp? I guess this is like better value for them. I mean, technically they could find a 1-drop and then go into a 2-drop. Doesn't look like they have 1-drops though. It wouldn't make sense for them to have 1-drops, right? They have these spawns they can sack, and they have 2-drops they can find. Alright, let's plus with staff. How many basics do I have in my graveyards? 1 in exile. I guess I'll just bounce a ritual, why not? Can I cut them off green? Maybe cut them off double green. See how many basics they play. Assuming they have at least one of each basics now. Yeah. Alright, it's good info to have for the rest of the match. Riddler. Ritual, okay. Not a big fan of the Orm's Jam thing. I don't know, maybe it's a better version, but just kind of have a problem with Orm's Chant. Counterspell is nice. I'm not gonna get Kahira right away. I have a Verdict in hand. I want to use my Verdict maybe first. I'm a little worried about time though. I'm the one who's behind this time. You can wait till the rituals triggers goes on the stack to cast Verdict. Yeah, let's try and kill them fast. Oh, nice. Alright, so Consign works against the Philia triggers, Flicker Wisp if they have it, counters a Witness trigger, which could be good. Lockdown, I don't want to get their high noons and stuff. Stony, B-Sud, Dispute for Riddler. They might have their own Tefts. I think Dispute could be good. Consign, let's see, do I have bad cards? Do I want both rips? Witness is a pretty big part of their deck and pretty scary. I do have Dress Down though. I need the spot removal, I need all the sweepers, I need the planeswalkers. I think subtlety could be good. Yeah, there's really not much to board out. I don't think if Rip stops anything, but I don't think so. I'm gonna trim a Rip for disputes. And then the Wandering Emperor is kind of bad against them. I mean, it can come in handy, but it's not really what I'm trying to do. Their deck really doesn't attack the Wall of Omens deck, yeah. Purge, no. I think first Consign's gotta be good. Wear Tear, I guess? Yeah, I mean, it's only for Birthing Ritual, but Birthing Ritual is one of their scariest cards. Let's keep a Rip in. Tough though. Maybe ending? instance that's pretty valuable against Birthing Ritual, and Terra's gonna end up being a better ending some of the time. Don't want more consigns. Counter target trigger. I don't think you can counter the Birthing Ritual trigger. I think you can counter it, but then they just don't sack. It's not like you get them. Ephemerate, Orm's Chant. Alright. I'm assuming they played to Fairy. It's really good with Orm's Chance. It's like the hard lock. It's nice that their deck doesn't appear to play 1-drops, so I don't have to worry about turn 1 creature, turn 2 Birthing Ritual. Kitty Mulligans, they topped 1. Riddler, go value. Long grindy games. It's okay though. I do pretty good in the long grindy games. Speaking of, I'll keep. It's all greedy, but this way I can use Consult for just the 2 mana part and still have more card advantage. It's a fine line between like trying to bury them and keep up with raw card advantage, but also not just getting locked out of the game and getting to a point where you just can't catch up. Like keeping too slow of cards made as greedy. Okay, we've seen that Field Overrun's not super effective. So here they could have Philia. I think I'm just going to use Charter Course. Charter Course, consult the star charts. One day I'll get used to it. One day, not today. Do you want to flash in a Philia? What can I say? I'm kind of a big deal. Verdict. I mean, how bad can Verdict be? I keep Verdict. They're probably going to flash in Ophelia. I think I'm going to let it resolve. I might have to counter their come into play creature. Oh, it's Cosmic Rebirth? Oh, Endurance. That Endurance is going to deal a lot of damage, but I don't think I should counter it. Especially if they're not attacking. I don't think I meant to do that. Rumble, okay. Subtlety or White Orchid Phantom. They took White Orchid Phantom. I think I have time to get full value. Orm's Chance. But now they're just spewing. They're just worried about Tef and stuff. See, this is the awkward part about Orm's Chance. Just... You have that card in your hand, not sure. I mean, like you have to guess sometimes. Okay, let's not be too greedy. I take the Tef. Seems like they were pretty worried about it last turn. Yeah. Obviously, you know, it's easy to be a little result oriented, but I feel like this is kind of proving my point was the whole arms chant. Just not that great. Kind of awkward. Looks like they have another one, and they're like they used it last turn, and this turn they're not using it. Winter Night Sorry Subtlety. Like just play a regular flash value game. Like you're just gonna do fine. Endurance, Subtlety, Solitude. You have like a lot of annoying cards. Maybe play like one Orim's Chant for the lock or something. That's fine. Get a floater. Alright, they're down to one card, but they do have Riddler. We didn't see Basic Island. I'm assuming they have every basics though. Oh, right. Add the Fairy on top. Oh, that was a nice combo actually. Let's see. How do I want to sequence? So if they draw land, they can go land or Riddler, draw two. But at least have Verdicted away. Alright, I'm just gonna say go. And consult, and this way I'll see if I need a counter spell, maybe for a ritual, or try and counter the Riddler. Try and find a dress down would be really good too. They do cast Riddler. Narset seems great, and I'm gonna go Narset Verdict next turn. It's Solitude. Maybe Solitude's just safer than dress down at this point. Dispute Jace counterspell. I'm gonna be tapped out anyways. Do I really need a counter? Keeping Jace feels really greedy. I'm just gonna keep counterspell. I wanted to keep Jace, but I don't think it was the right call here. Still have Narset. I've consoled the star chart. Yeah, Solitude is really nice to get Philia here. So what can they do? They can blink my... They can attack my Narset? Or blink my Narset? I'm not gonna Solitude now. Because of Ephemerates? Let's see. I'm just gonna attack my Narset. Might play Riddler, attack Narset. I don't want to give them double blue for subtlety. How scary is Witness? A little scary, but not super scary. So they can blink it, hardcast Riddler, but then I get a full Narset. Or they can just attack it down to one. And then I get to save my removal spells. Alright, I think I can let them have the attack here. Let's see if they cast something pre-combat. Okay, so they have Riddler mana. They're casting a Riddler into our sets. Okay. Blink it, but the counter's only... Okay. I guess I'm down to 6. What are they targeting? They're targeting Riddler, sure. If he only gets a counter later. Comes back, they still don't draw. All right, question. Do I want to counter spell mana up? So right now they can Philia, blink my Solitude to kill Narset, and then Solitude comes back and gets rid of Philia. All right, that's fine. It gives them a little value. Gets me out counter spell mana anyway, so I think maybe it's just good to counter it. Conqueror. Okay. Not the scariest. Even less scary now. Alright, that's just game. It's gonna get rid of the Conqueror. This can start attacking. Just open it in chat in case give the GG. No, not yet. I guess they don't know my hand's great. Arms Chan, con attack, con cast spells, sure. Sure. Yeah, I don't think Arms Chance is how you want to approach a matchup. If you have Teferi in your deck, maybe. If you have Teferi in your deck, maybe, because Teferi is like pretty valuable. Just gonna double block for 6 lifelink. Not that it really matters. Take subtlety and press down, I guess. Gonna grab Kahira. I'm gonna play a little slow. Alright, they're giving me a target for subtlety, so I'm just gonna use it. Kahira. They still have a Riddler in exile? I don't think so, right? Oh, -2 damage. Whoopsie. Alright. GG. Alright, so far so good. And rest in peace, Dreadstone doing work. I like it. Winning the Dial is also nice too. Good hands. I'm taking notes on what I'm playing against for testing data, testing for the Pro Tour. The Pro Tour is modern. It's not for a while. It's at end of September, but I doubt I'm gonna play Blue-White Control. My results have been fine, but not great. I would have to have like some really good internal testing results against my teammates, I guess. I do feel like my list is really strong and well tuned, but it's still blue-white control and a really powerful modern, so you have to be really confident in your list, in the meta, in your matchups, your sideboard, and everything for me to play the deck. All to 5. Mall to 5 bubble. Is it Affinity? Looks like Affinity. Oxopal, okay. Turn 1 podcast. Undo the mulligan. Drum. Oh. Turn 1. No, I can't. I've been playing a decent bit of Affinity. I haven't found a list I really like yet. I'm just gonna get rid of that. I want to be able to counter into Tef. I don't want to spend the mana on the one of Ultima. The GG Ultima. I've liked it. It's been pretty solid with Tef, and there's just enough artifact deck, I think, that you can just fight. Looks like their last card is Thought Monitor, because they didn't sack the bubbles. Either Monitor or Kappa Cannoneer. Alright, I'm just not gonna... I guess I could tap out Bounce Memnite, and then I can Subtlety, but my blue cards are good. Why rush it? This game feels really hard to lose. They could have Rebuke, technically. Alright. Do I want a Subtlety? I can just cast it again next turn. What if I Subtlety? Maybe just Subtlety using Jace. And then they're gonna top it. I can Teferi bounce the drum. They can cast drum and have 5, 6. They still have, okay, that's not great. All right, I'm just gonna let them have the monitor. They know I'm drawing a counterspell. All right, let's just say go again. They're just not doing much. Hopefully I get to hardcast Subtlety on a creature and then have a blocker to protect my planeswalkers. That would be ideal. If they have Rebuke, they have Rebuke. It's fine. I'm not gonna play around that. It's one way of recovering from a mulligan. Jeez. Okay. Probably win if I draw untap white here. Even any untap plan, honestly. Press down. All right, let's just say go. Not a huge fan of Citadel in these decks just because of Emissary. It's really hard to cast turn one Emissary. Okay. I have dress down for Urza Saga. Do I want to get second white? I don't want to run. I don't want to run that card into a rebuke. I think I'll just cycle my dress down. All right, I want counterspell backup for my Tef. Just gonna say go. I guess I could have tapped and bounced dress down, get a little value that way. Emissary. I'm gonna counter it. It has warp too, so it can come back. Alright, let's fix our mana. Kind of why I don't play more Field of Ruins. Like, even with just free, sometimes it can be a little awkward. Oh, right, they only have one island. Oh, I should have done that earlier. Forgot. Now what? I didn't really play it as slow as I want, I think, was Ultima and Teferi in hand. Can Tef plus? Can just Jace and start drawing cards and make them have to chump attack? Make them use a rebuke? I think I'm just gonna say go again, though. Even Cannoneer is not super scary right now. I can take like a hit or two. Urza Saga is not scary. That might bait a rebuke, honestly. They might just have to use it because they're falling too far behind at this point. Yeah. Obviously, I really want to make sure that Ultima resolves. The game will most likely end. Just gonna play Jace here. I'm okay. Just losing it. I have another rebuke. Okay. Maybe it's Verdict's great. That's another matchup where Verdict's really good. They do all their stuff with Emissary, Cannoneer, etc., and you just Verdict. Like, even sometimes might be better than Ramp Disguise. Alright. Let's cast Tef. Magus Plus. And Verdict if they attack. It will probably attack. Better playing Cannoneer first. Okay. Might not even have to use my Verdict. Nice. Not that it matters, but... Well, upkeep. The BM. The BM attack. Nope, I do not have a sweeper. Not at all. I have the sweeper. Hello. Guess technically they could have Auto Aura plus Rebuke. That would actually be pretty sick. Just have to see. Alright, Wear Terror good, Dispute good, Stony obviously good. Rip can go. Dresdown is good, Counterspell's good, Consult, yes, 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 Narset, Tev, Verdicts. Maybe Wandering Emperor's a little slow. And then maybe Big Tef is a little greedy. Lockdown could be good. Lockdown could be really good. Awkward with Stony, but it's probably worth it. I don't know if I had Lockdown in my sideboard guide, but I'll try it out at least. Solitude's good against mostly Emissary, but not much else. And you have ways to recover from Emissary. Namely Verdicts. And even if you have Solitude to get one trigger. I cut Big Tef on the draw. Alright, let's do this. Let's keep 2 Solitudes. No second land, double consult, Tef. Yeah, I'm just not keeping one lander in this matchup, especially with Stony in my deck. That's like mulligan for 2-5 for them my first game. Put up a good fight. Looks like they're mulliganing again. The deck does mulligan a lot. And Citadel's part of it. Sometimes you have a hand that's like your only land is colorless and you have Emissary and you can't do anything. Alright, let's see. On a fetch, probably just get rid of islands. Okay, no turn 1 Emissary. Sometimes the best Emissary draws are like turn 2 though. Short Artifact or Enchantment. Alright, let's play Misty first, since this one can get either of my basics. They might have Blood Moon in the sideboard, keep in mind, if they get desperate. They feel like it's a really bad matchup, they might just all in for Blood Moon. Saga. Tempting. Yeah, I have March too. I was gonna use Wear Terror like a dummy. But I can just get the March. That might like Kablee mess up their turn if they were banking on a 1-mana artifact to get going. Let's see. That might be game over if they don't have anything else. Yeah, maybe they had Drum in hand. Oof. Bunch of ore. Log down Stony. Yeah, let's just play it. This is the life of the Affinity decks right now. The other day I played a match and my opponent was playing Jeskai Flage, was like Rav the Sky's main, so you think like, okay, they're pretty good against Affinity, and they still had Kataki in their sideboard, and I think they needed it too. Alright, let's might as well get the plating right. It's like count source their Affinity. Artifact, enchantment, white, red. They might scoop. Blame them. It's kind of beating. But yeah, I think the Affinity deck's really powerful, but right now, people are ready. People are just super, super ready. Sony's also really nice against Belcher. It's like one of the best cards against Belcher, or maybe the best card against Belcher. It's not even one matchup. You get like incidental hate and stuff. Hidetsugi consumes all. I think that's a saga that the red black saga that destroys like enchantment that costs one or less. All right, we're back. Pressure is on after a 3-0-6-0 start. Another solid hand. Happy to have turned 2 Rip against pretty much everyone in the format. Wait, did I not win the die roll? Am I high? I guess I am. Swamp, Thoughtseize, and it looks like they mulliganed. Yeah. All right. That might be a matchup where Rib doesn't do much. I mean, they could be a reanimator. Basic Swamp is a little weird. There's like a mono black Tron deck. They could be playing. All right, they still took the Rip. Still took the Rip. What are you up to? There's been that Grixis, Goryo, Grixis Persists, Grixis Archon, Oculus. Oh, they just have Overlord. They're just like Esper midrange. That makes sense. Frog. Okay. I'm surprised they took Rip when their turn to his Frog. Feel like you would take maybe Consult and try and just snowball with the Frog. Nope, not what I need. It would be good. They already drew one of their basics. They play... Like, I'm not even sure they play basic islands. Alright. I think I should honestly just march it. Yeah. Right. Other way around. This is not energy, but this is why obviously March is worse than ending in a lot of spots. It's always give and take with every card choice you make. You'd have Ketramos? Alright. Let's see. Debating whether or not I should go after islands. I guess they don't play Riddlers. Sometimes they don't play basic islands. Like, how greedy do you want to be with Consult? I think I want to be pretty greedy. So let's just try and see if we can color screw them here. Not have islands. Okay. Alright, hopefully they don't have another frog. See, that's why I didn't want to play Consult. If they have another Thoughtseize, I kind of just lose. Because I Consult 1 for 1. Well, I guess I would have said good. I would have taken one of the two. I would have kept the other one. Alright, it took Jace. Makes sense. Yeah, they took Rip, and Rip almost would have been good for them here. I don't think they play counters main, so just say go. And then I'm gonna have a choice if they fetch. Do I have a choice? Can I cut them off? No, they're just gonna get a white source. So yeah, just say go, cast Consult. Another Consult and a dress down. Pretty good spot to be in. No Ophelia. Ideally, I would find Tef here, Tef for Narset. Brain Surge and not a Dress Down or Aurora. Dress Down means it can attack, right? But Dress Down also mean they don't draw. I'm just gonna keep the cards that do something. I guess Aurora does something. Have Brain Surge, Field of Ruin. Dress Down if they try to get value out of Ketramos. Feels like this game's probably over. Even have Dress Down if they have a Bowmaster here. Ultima. Ultima will be good eventually. Steam Vent's kind of nice. I think I can just greed here. Just get rid of all the lands. And go after blue-white, I guess. Oh, they got value. Got gods. How many cards in exile? 3. Ultima. Oh, I guess Dresden Ultima works too, right? Alright, let's say go. I'm gonna dress down when they, in response to Ephemerate. So they don't draw and they don't get any come into play effects. I guess I should let them target it. This way they don't even get the attack in. Got him. No rush. Really no rush. Just gonna plus have counter spell plus dress down. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother was ending right now. Solitude. Get an attack in. That's fine. Maybe it was all silly not to just go ending on Ketramos here and then have counterspell or dress down mana up. I don't think it matters. Famous last words. Relic. D9 if I dress down. Relic draws them a lot of cards. I'm gonna counter it. Turns on Ketramos, yeah. Yeah, that was pretty loose. That was not the greatest play. They could have punished me in theory, I think. Let's see, dress down enough turn. Let's draw. So I can Tef Ultima, but I don't get Ketramos. I think I'd rather get Ketramos. Yeah, I can like Tef. And I can't down stress on an Ultima. Anyways, let's see. Purge is good. The Rips, I'm not sure, honestly. It's Overlord, but then Ketramos is always on. Does shut down the early Frog Rip combo. Or Frog Ketramos combo. Let's see, do I have bad cards? March and Prismatic Ending good. I think all the Sweepers just good. I think Solitude good, all the Planeswalker good. Subtlety, probably good enough, even the body doesn't seem like the most relevant. Counters, Dresdown, Rip. Yeah, there's just nothing to board out. Just nothing to board out. I'm bringing in Purge, so I have more answers to Frog. I can probably... I'll trim a Rip, and I'll trim a Solitude. Dispute for Frog, Dispute Bad Mana Leak. They usually don't play Riddler. Maybe they play both Frog and Riddler. Consign against Philia. Consign counters Relic. One Consign can keep them honest too. The Dresdown Verdict combo is really nice too if that counters. Maybe I'll just cut Ultima and not be too greedy. It does get rid of the Relic. One Rip, one Consign, all the spot removal, all the Planeswalkers. No dispute. Alright, I like this. Maybe I should have just all my Frog answers though. Play or draw. Alright, good hand. I guess I have Dreads down to kind of a pseudo Frog answer. Buys you time. That's pretty nice hand against turn 1 Thoughtseize. I'm running good this league. Lots of opponents mulliganing a decent bit. I've taken what? I've taken one mulligan, I think. My opponent have taken what? Affinity took like 2 or 3. This round they took 1 in game 1. I'd expect my deck to mulligan a little less than the average modern deck though. Alright, they took March. I would have guessed they took Ending. I mean, I don't think I want another land. I already have 3. I'm going to be cycling some Dresdowns most likely. Looks like maybe they have Philia into something, but Dresdown kind of stops that for a bit. Maybe that's why they took March, because it's instant speed. Yeah. I'm not too worried. I'm not sure how Dresdown Overlord works. Well, I have 2 Dresdowns, right? So might as well not play it first. And then... kind of an interesting spot here. They don't do anything. I could take a turn off, say go, fetch. Just no rush, honestly. Don't feel like there's a rush anyways. All right, I'll play that way. I mean, it is tempting to try and draw into Teferi. Not even sure Narsif would be that good, so yeah, I just think my play makes sense. Always feels good to surveil useless fetch away. So I'm gonna dress down first and then fetch after. See what I draw first. You usually want to draw first. This way you have the extra info and then you can make a better decision on your surveil. So here I'm just gonna go for surveil land to try and hit land number 4. Rip, no thank you. My one rip gone. But I can just counter the overlords. Okay, land is nice. Don't even really want to use the ending. We're just not doing much either of us. I might just take a lot of damage from it. I guess I'll just get rid of it. I don't want to take like another six points of damage and then one Ketramos hit kills me or something silly. That's fine. Don't mind trading 1 for 1. Their own Tef, wow. Oh, at least they don't have dispute mana up. That's scary. Alright, I should probably bring in disputes if they have Tef and Frog. Also, Freemium bad mana like could be good against Hardcast Overlord, Subtlety, or Solitude. Even Ketros. Could put Kahira in my hands. Alright, down to 9. Yeah, I guess I'll just do that. Didn't realize how low they were. Kept on top this time. They don't know about the second counterspell. They know about the second dress down. Black Overlord, Riddler. So I could dress down, but it still gets warped. The con blanket was Philia. It goes back to their hand. It's in warp. Alright, just counter it now and save dress down for later. It's kind of like the entire turn next turn. Is it too fancy? Is it kind of a waste of a dress down? I think I'm just going to counter it. I don't know how dress down works against Black Overlord. I think they still get the trigger. Alright, up to races. The downside of my play is they still know about the dress down, whereas they didn't know about the counterspell. But if I play dress down, then I still have to counter the hard part. I mean, it taxes their mana a bit, which is nice when they're so low. Adapt. Never one or. Hmm. I guess I just dress down and then verdict. I'm gonna have to do it. I mean, I guess I could have like waited till it resolved, or I think I even have to do it before the triggers goes on the stack. Can still block adapt next turn, so I guess I'll just block. Basically saving 2 points of damage. It's a little bad if maybe I draw an ending. Oh, hello. So I could gamble 7 cards to see a Tef and ending in March. But if I miss, Dread's down 2. They don't have Dispute, right? They would have countered Dress down, yeah. It's really hard for me to miss. Alright, let's just play this now. Okay, let's take an ending and let's take another consult. Stock up would have been pretty good here. Stock up or Brain Surge, I would have had Verdict mana up. Alright, do they have Riddler? They actually do play Riddler and Frog in the same deck. Phantom. I did draw 4 basics already. Almost out. Dress down is nice. Let's just consult right away. Big Tef is nice. Have Verdict and Dress down. Okay, what am I worried about? Solitude seems pretty solid, honestly. I don't know, just casting it. I guess they know about Verdict. They figured if they draw Riddler, it's a good line. Just playing around Dispute, playing the land first. Just in case. Alright, should I let the fairy take a hit? Probably. I'll probably scoop before I get to the ultimates. Oh. I think it's a good spot to dress down Verdict and then have Solitude. Alright, it's officially Jover. See, that's the synergy I was talking about. I don't know if it was this video or during the deck building deck guide, but the dress down Verdict synergy is just really nice. Like negates what their creatures do for a bit, and then you just wipe the board away. Bugger Trawler, okay. Oh, they're at 8 too, just dead, really? Happy place. 7 cards in hand. Alright. Can we complete the 10-0? Took a little break. Finishing the recording tonight. Zoza. 1 ending, 6 lands. Can't keep that. Alright, that's probably a little better. Keeping the lands, keeping counterspell dressed on chart. Kind of want to just keep Tef over Wandering Emperor. In the dark. Double Devour. Well, that's a tough matchup. Kind of glad I got rid, I think, of Wandering Emperor. Doesn't do a ton in this matchup. Ugin, Slab, double thing. At least they exiled 6. So it means they didn't. Oh, core tapper. Put a charge count. That version. That might be slightly better for me, I feel. We'll see. So what are they playing? They're playing. Do they play Mystic Forge? Do they play Mox Opal? They can have 6 mana. They're like, no, 5 is good. There's no. Oh, right, 7. Wow. Is that turn to Ugin? I don't know, they cast Ugin of Temple. It is turn to Karn the Great Creator. Oh, and they have the mana to play the artifact? Oh, that was silly. That was silly. I'm guessing that's what they're gonna get. Dresdown's not saving me here. Man, in hindsight, that ending is what I needed. So I fetch for Surveil. They can just turn my land into an artifact in the upkeep, and then it won't tap for mana. So I think my only oh no, Mystic Forge. Wow. Okay. I did not expect that. I expected them to get whatever that 2-mana artifact is called. Alright, let's try and get a little lucky here. Maybe find an ending for the Chalice. That would have been the start. Okay, what are they getting this time? At least we know their hands like nothing. There's a coding. That's what I thought they were gonna get the first time. And cast it right away. Am I missing something? Maybe we're playing around Spell Snare? I mean, I can't beat Forge, but I also can't beat that card, so... Maybe they were playing around Spell Snare, and they wanted a double spell. Which is reasonable. Oh, looks like we're gonna lose our first game. Maybe I should have consulted. Consulted for ending the Chalice. Alright, I guess I'll just play Dresden for now. We have all the mana. Sideboard game should be a little better with 4 Consign and 2 Stony. Especially on the play. Alright, let's see. At this point, they have all the mana in the world. They have a second card. I mean, I'm not even sure where it starts here. I'm just gonna get rid of Flesh Raker for now. Unfortunately, I think I have to. Just consult the star charts, get rid of... Let's see, is lockdown good? Lockdown plus Stony, probably worth it. 2 Stony, lockdown. I don't think I want to do High Noon, and then 4 Consigno and Wear Tear. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have green in their deck, Ugin. I think I'm just gonna, I've seen enough. Alright, dead. Probably best possible there. Rip can go. I think Solitude and Wandering Emperor can probably go. Dress down against Core Tapper is not that great. It's good against Fleshbreaker. They might have thought not Seer. I could not do 3 verdicts, I could do less. It's mostly to reset the Fleshraker stuff. 1 verdict with an Ultima, is that enough? Or dress down and actual counters. Alright, let's try this. I feel like if I have a reasonable draw into play, it should be decent for me. No Stony, unfortunately. They mulligan this time. Did you guys get Steam Vents? Steam Vent. Fetch Hallowed Fountain. It's a lot of damage, but I don't hate it. Or Steam Vents fetch a breeding pool. Maybe I don't have that many double white cards left. Have to. I'll get breeding pool. And that draw game 1, wow. Oh, I've been so nice to have Stony. Targeting me. What do you see? I did probably have Kozilek's commands. I mean, I have to tap out, I think. Damn, they already have Ugin mana. I guess Ugin doesn't do much when I don't have a permanent play. For them to kill, it's not as scary. Okay, so they sewed the lockdown with Stony. So what's the worst that can happen? 4, 6, I mean, they could literally have Ugin, right? Could lock down the tokens. I hate it. I don't love it. Could have Labyrinth. Did they top? Let's see real quick. It's Cry 2 to the bottom. Oh, I can't cast Lockdown. Oh, they can't cast Ugin. Keep thinking Temple cast Ugin. They can cast that 7/7 though. That's 6/6. It's tricky. We know they didn't have it in their opening hands. Tough. Thing is, every time I let them like every turn I let them untap, it could be like another bubble they sack. I'm gonna say go, but I'm really not sure. I think I would have cast Lockdown if I had second white. Okay, there's a Saga. Hopefully they play an artifact and I get full value. Fine. I'm just gonna counter it. They're down to like not a lot of mana. 4 5, so they can't have the 7/7 right away. Could log down for 1 token. Seems like kind of silly. Alright, let's play Stony. Otter Saga. Can potentially bounce it. Let's hope they don't have another Kozilek's command. They don't. That's pretty big. Lockdown to Fairy is also not the worst combo. One court tapper to beat down. To beat down is real. Instant speed Lorien revealed, but I could find a March. I'm gonna hard cast Lorien reveal now. I did not find a March. So I'm just gonna archive. Consign. I'll keep consign. Saga token's a bit of an issue. Maybe just block it with subtlety. Vexing Bubble. Okay. Literally boarded as Solitude and don't have Force. I have Stunning in my deck. Pretty nice. So they can make a token. It's going to be a free. They can make another token. 4/4, get an artifact. 5/5. I think I have a cool line. I think I'm gonna bounce. Oh. Just forgot to make a token. Well, that makes my life easy. Easier. You can counter the last trigger of Saga with Consign, but I don't think it's worth it. Especially with Stony in play. I'd be shocked if they have anything super relevant. Best they can do is a bubble. Alright, not gonna lie, that's kind of nice that they... Alright, do I want to block with Subtlety? I can't bounce my Stony, I can't even really... Like, the one thing I can do is like bounce my Teferi, play Lockdown, and then Teferi my Lockdown. Just to kill the 2 tokens. They don't get a window sack, or I can just play a Subtlety now. And just block or tapper. Let's see what I have on top. March. Sure, I'll keep a March. I'll cast Subtlety. I think protecting Teferi is just pretty good. It's going to be card advantage down the line. And then I guess I drew the Nombo of Lockdown and oh, should I just cast it right away? Oh, yeah, I have the mana. Or for Vigilance, let's go. Alright, and I don't need to do something silly about the Eldrazi spawn token because I have Consign. Counter trigger, do you have something big? 2 mana. Sure. Tradesies? Tradesies. Actually, just kidding. March the token. Oh, I could have marched an artifact. Okay. Alright, that went better. High Noon. Verdict against Saga. I think I'm pretty good against Saga. It's 4 dress down. I don't think I want more Solitudes. I think this is still good. Just gotta pray they don't have anything too crazy. Not sure I can keep up towards their best draws. Alright. Can't ask for much more. I guess I could ask for an ending or a march. They're mulliganing to 5. Okay. Need to have a really really good draw to win with multi 5 and have Consign. They come like turn 2 Karn or turn 2 Forge, really. I don't think can have they can have like Kozilek's Command, I guess. Like Temple Kozilek's Command might be the best thing they can do. Alright, they know about Consign. I think this is pretty safe. Mulligan to 5, they're down a Chalice. Flesh Raker. Oh, Kozilek's Command for 1. Alright, looks like I probably win. It was pretty perfect. I guess I could have more consigns, but So I can dress down, and they don't get tokens this turn. And I can end it next turn, but then I'm tapped out. Seems a little silly. Or I can just go ahead and use Counterspell, which is what I'm gonna do. Not put myself in danger. I don't want to give them fours. They might have Boseiju in their deck. I'm gonna play Dress Down in my end step. This way they can't use their spawn. And I'm gonna cycle it anyways, most likely. Alright. I think even Kozilek's Command for a lot's not that scary when I have Consign in hand. Okay, they do have it. Yeah. They do know about my Consign though. That's the downside. And it is a lot of mana next turn. You can play a Karn plus. Well, I guess Karn's not that scary. Stony. Probably can let it resolve. We'll see. Let's see how desperate they are on this cry. Probably looking for something very specific. 2 top, 2 bottom. Wow. Okay. I feel like it's pretty hard for them to have 2 meaningful spells in a turn. Like Forge I can let it resolve and deal with it later. Okay, they're just chewing for my Consign. There. Gotta start somewhere. They might have like a Nugan. I guess they can't cast Nugan, they have 5 mana only. I wonder if I should give them green mana. Hugin's Lab? Hugin's Lab, nothing. I might just go aggressive on the spawns here. Let's start by drawing. I think the play's probably Lorien Revealed. March Field and Eldrazi Temple. I have a forest, but I don't know if they have green cards, right? Probably not. Probably just like they play a basic for Boseiju and Field Overin. Let's get team events. So I could go Tef minus Field of Ruin and March and end the token. Or March the token. Maybe March is better. I can do both. Yeah, I can do. Huh. And then gets rid of Karn. Or I could just not play scared and draw free. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm gonna do the the mana denial line. I think they're F6 too, so I might try to card up Teferi like a scumbag. Yeah. All right, let's get their temple, I guess. Then now I don't even have to end. I can just cast Dress down. Mystic Forge. Okay. Let's see how many spells they get. Nothing. Nice. Ultima. Pretty good too. That is also pretty nice. Ultima and probably another Field of Ruin. Then Field of Ruin. Their other temple. They probably don't have another basic. Oh, they do. Okay. And then in step, I'm not gonna mess around. Untap this. Untap this. Destroy Forge. And then march to spawn. All right. Nice. Let's go. Trophy. Perfect deck list. Don't change a card. All right, well, I mean, everything played out really nicely. I guess I would run it back like that for now. I still have my doubts about, you know, the one-ofs, the Wandering Emperor, the Jace, the Fairy, the mix of these cards, you know, but overall, pretty solid showing. Kind of ran the meta. We beat Esper mid, we beat Izzet Affinity, we beat a Birthing Ritual deck, we beat another control deck, we beat an Eldrazi Temple deck. But yeah, as always, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the content and you haven't subscribed and liked yet, you know, feel free to do so. Always helps. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Take care.